Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition here today. On the channel we have episode 2 of my Kingdom of Pergamon submodded series. Here today we're going to continue to build our Black Sea Empire. So if you'd like to send that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. In the last episode we managed to take Ankara, and now we're trying to finish off the last of the Galatians here today. A pretty good war against Pontus in the last episode. We also conquered Bithynia as well. So we're currently trying to get most of Anatolia under our control. And then eventually we'll try and make our way to control the entirety of the coastal area which surrounds the Black Sea. Once we're strong enough at that point, we'll make some inroads into Greece. So it should be a lot of fun. Okay, so we've gone through a fair few faction leaders in this series so far, just because they were so goddamn old for some reason. Hey, and now Galatia is destroyed. Fantastic. We managed to spearhead an attack directly towards their capital, and basically won because of it. And Pontus is being pushed so far south, and Sardis has taken out Rhodes. Epirus has Sparta. Really quite weird. Some of the territorial exchanges here. They've got Apollonia and Larissa. They actually might do better having that territory, Sparta. Particularly having a port that can really hamstring them quite a bit. Alright, let's adopt you in. But thankfully Eumenes has a huge family tree and a bunch of children. So we're going to have a strong line of potential claimants to the Pergamon throne. Nice. Which I might be open to changing to maybe a Hellenic League of sorts, or maybe a Republic or an Empire. We'll see how we go. Alright, so Colchis has actually expanded a little bit here. So Sardis, we can't go to war with them. Sardis, because they are currently still puppeted by the Seleucids, so we're still probably going to have to focus on Pontus, Cappadocia. I think maybe going to war with Colchis is the play. However, they do have a defensive pact with Chimeria, and we do occupy half of the territory that they're in Bithynia and Pontus. So let's start things off with a war against Colchis here today. Because like I said as well, an objective on my list is to bring all of the Black Sea colonies under heel, I said, under my control. Either by direct ownership or vassalization. So we could even maybe peace out with them and replenish and repair before we push on to their last settlement there, which is technically a part of the Caucasus. We will have to keep an eye on Sinope because it could get attacked by Cimmerians. So we've managed to take one piece of territory from them. I'm curious to see how their full stack is going to react. Will they try and retake their territory? If we can deal a significant blow to them, hopefully mortally wounding them, it might even delay Chimeria. So they've attacked me here, and we'll fight this one. They actually outnumber us by 400 troops. So let's have a defensive siege here today in Amasya in 248 BC. Interesting mix, a lot of slingers, some decent cavalry. Our hoplites are still a little bit weakened from the various wars and conflicts in that Galatian conquest. It's pouring down with rain, unfortunately. And let's try and defend this settlement where we can. Now there's multiple vectors and positions to attack us, so we just want to try and defend our position really quite well here. So most of the forces will go to where they're facing, like the corridors, and it's always not a bad idea to keep some around the rear guard, because sometimes the AI can be a little bit ambitious and want to wrap around completely your front line. And we'll just put our skirmishers in the front to try and put some pressure on them. And also, just to top things off, go into Hoplite Wall where you can. But here are the Pergamon very heavy shock cavalry, which are fantastic. And now we're moving away from our militia hoplite variant to properly armoured, well-equipped and strong hoplites themselves. They're paid more, they're much stronger, they're even got a bunch of heraldry on the front of their shields. Centaurs and beasts alike. Alright, we've got some skirmishers coming on our right and left flank here. So let's move our skirmishers to try and redirect some of their fire to hit them. We have to be a little bit careful, just in case our hoplites get attacked and exposed. But Hoplite Wall should be able to protect them if the cavalry does make the decision to charge and commit, while also reducing the skirmisher capacity of whittling down our units. Interlocking with those hoplite shield walls will be able to save missile shot damage against us. But at the moment, I'm in the plans of recording a bunch of Total War content for this channel, so let me know what you'd like me to do. I've got a planned series and make thumbnails and stuff, so what would you guys like to see on the channel? Let me know in the comments. Total War campaigns wise. For every Total War. Rome 2. Empire. Attila. Warhammer. Let me know in the comments. Alright, so they seem to be committing most of their forces at the front. Nice, our units are holding for now. It might get to a point, once we neutralize their cavalry, that we should swing around with our general unit and shock cavalry, because he's not really doing too much at the back here. Alright. So we've one on this side here. There's no point of having units just sit there, not doing anything. So they might as well move up. Yeah, why is... Oh, they're really trying to flank hard on that other side there, so we can't move them up. Alright, let's drop an Inspire on the front. Okay. Seem to be holding quite well. I'm quite surprised that they came out and attacked me though, to be honest. Maybe they calculated that they think they could. Because in a defensive siege with hoplites, we've got this. Even though, maybe it's because per unit per man was a little bit weaker. But I respect that. It's very rare that I have a defensive siege. Because quite often I don't put myself in the position to have that. Or I'm not usually weak. And even if I do have one, I usually lose defensive sieges because it's because we're so weak. But we should be good here. Oh, it's actually not in our favour. Shit. It's actually swung up to about 60%. I think we're doing okay though. We're holding. We need to get this general in to start cycle charging though. Shit. Interesting that they're more so on the Caucasus coast, Caucasus, so they tend to have more eastern units. You'd suppose. Anyway, we get the general unit just to try and cycle charge where we can. Nice. Now it's swung back to about a 50% within our favour. Hoorah, brother. Hoorah. Okay, so we got 4-5 wavering now. Yeah, so cycle charging with these heavy shock is the play. Even though they're like 90% weakened, and if like 200 of those skirmishers really wanted to take the general unit out, they probably could easily. Realistically. But they're doing quite well. Now, even if we can't fully crush, destroy and wipe out the skirmisher unit, we're at least disrupting their firing pattern. And sparing the missile shots that it would be hitting our infantry. So it's a little bit back and forth here. We've got 2 frontline hoplite units wavering. Shit. Okay, we need to move these guys out because they're not really doing anything. Let's commit 4 and then we'll bring another 2 down here. Dude, my general unit is so depleted. But genuinely, if I don't get him to engage, we might lose this. Because their skirmishers are their strength in this army build. Hell. That's their best unit, in my opinion. Okay, let's completely surround this eastern spear unit where we can. And continue to disrupt these skirmishers, ideally. Let's go again. Nice. They're about to be crushed and capitulated. And then we can bring everyone around, I think. We're so weak now with that cavalry unit, we might just be better off to full-on disengage them. Right, let's speed things up. Even though it's a little bit back and forth at the moment. Yeah. Alright, so let's flank with these units. Dude, already when they get those shots off, they're still so potent, those skirmishers. Come on. You go for this. We might even be able to run them into a hoplite unit, potentially. Nice, we've completely surrounded that Caucasus skirmisher unit in the city streets. Is going to capitulate. If we can get rid of one of the 2... Oh no, they flanked! Fuck you! Shit! I was too busy focusing on my flanking maneuvers and cycle charges that they did the same to me. Ah, it's over good. We sent a force up. Alright, come on, let's envelop them. And make sure hardly any escape. Give out more attack orders. 75% in our favor. 80 now, and they're done and dusted. Hell yeah. Nice, let's try and speed things up. We definitely want to try and run down as many of them as possible. However, it's going to be probably a Pyrrhic victory again. We haven't lost a battle in this series just yet, but we're just taking such high losses that it's actually stopping our advance. So, although we're getting the chevrons, although we're getting the ultimate W, it's coming at a hell of a price. Stopping our advancements. Because once I've got all of this province, Bithynia and Pontus, fully under our control, this northern Anatolian coast... Look, I'm really tempted to sue for peace until we build up a little bit. I don't have that much of an ambition to go into the Caucasus. Because maybe we should ally with Armenia, ideally. So we lost 1,200 or so. They outnumbered us by about 500. Looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted. 200 popping with the cavalry. 185, 100. Skirmishers did really quite well. For them, yeah. Those eastern skirmishers did quite well. Dude, it's a hell of a battle. Eastern skirmishers facing Greek. They are both such an amazing unit. They are so, so strong. I really couldn't recommend skirmishers enough, particularly in Rome too. Damn. Unfortunately, we had a noble death, but we had like no cavalry, so we had to risk losing him, unfortunately. And we ultimately did. Let's get rid of the captives. Perfect. And unfortunately, it was Jimenez, our faction leader, the second. So now it's pivoted to his firstborn heir and son, Atalos, who's now married off. And his brother is the future heir. And we'll try and bring these family members in where we can. Anyway, let's replenish and repair. It's winter now, 246. And Colchis has brought up another army. Unfortunately, we're dealing with a lot of plague and pestilence, which doesn't help. Bro, we can't. We're so weak. We can't even get rid of the army that's come back. Shit. I might have to stop all this construction. Hang on, because we did so well against that battle against them. We just lost a lot. Now we've got plague. We've got food issues. Oh shit. Because we could lose another faction leader. The Pergamon series, the Fall of Kings. We've gone through so many. Alright, that's a bit better now. Nice. Yeah, there's just like a famine going on here in northern Turkey for whatever reason. Dude, this series has been an absolute grind. There's been some really clutch battles. So close. Alright, let's just try and get rid of Colchis. Then we can move to Trebizond and then we can stabilize our army, our position, and our ultimate territorial gains. Let's try and continue on. But we will need to pray to the Greek pantheon of gods to get this plague under control. Got another army here. Suppose we sabotage it. No, unfortunately we failed. Okay, so his brother's now of age. And, dude, I just don't know if we're weak and I don't think if we're strong enough to take Trapsos, because look at that, if we combined everyone, we only got 2 fucking units. Oh, jeez. Like, we might be better off to merge and then maybe rely on mercs. Jesus Christ, we're so weak. Anyway, we can get more hoplites in. We just need the money to do so. And then hopefully we can take our first entire province directly under our control. Let's end the turn and continue. See if anything pops up or happens. Well, looks like they've moved another army up. So we should be able to deal with them now. Thankfully, in the autumn, the plague has passed. And hopefully this is the last of them. Alright, come on. Now can we take Trapsos that we're strong enough? Okay, nice. We sure can. And now Trebizond is under our control. We've also got the food situation back on track. I think at the moment money is probably going to be our problem. It's our major problem. So let's try and go with that. They still don't want peace. I took 2 pieces of territory. I've crushed 2.5 armies. Kind of blows my mind a bit. Alright, let's move this spy up here. Because they've only got 1 piece of territory left. Got to give it to them. Incredibly defiant even in defeat, Colchis. Okay, let's switch this to a market settlement because Trapsos is already farming. I guess we let him speak. Freedom of speech and whatnot. Alright, well.
We did not seek war or bloodshed, but when
yeah, they're just... No, so now they accept. Nice.
Welcome.
And they don't want a non-aggression pact because they're probably still angry by it. Well, at least we got Bithynia and Pontus fully under our control. Well, anyway, guys, unfortunately, I've got to wrap up today's video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition Pergamon Campaign. So, we're going to replenish and repair where we can, build back up, now that we've survived the countless wars against Galatia and Colchis. We're looking good. And I suppose we've got a decision to make. We could push and finally put the final nail in that Pergamon, Pontus coffin. They're still hanging out. Maybe go after Cappadocia. I'm still firmly keeping an eye on Sardis and the Seleucid situation, but interestingly enough, they seem to be not dealing with a massive subjugation uprising, the Seleucids, because that usually what does them in when all their vassals essentially betray them, but it doesn't seem like that's likely in this series. Anyway, we might have to go go to war with Colchis, depending, but we'll see how we go. I will eventually take them out. It's just we probably can deal with and do with a peace for 10 turns or so. We might even be able to focus on Crimea, Cameria, their vassals potentially. But anyway, or their alliances, not their vassals. They're allies at the moment together. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and sub if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Episode 3 coming out the exact same time tomorrow. And I've got to say massive thank you to this month's YouTube channel members. So massive thank you to Divine Overhand, Mikey, Eric, Chuckles the Hut, Green Nero 1, Dimitri H and Hector Bay. Really appreciate those guys. Alright guys, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.